At 8:15 in the morning, Hiroshima did not know it had seconds left. Children were walking to school. Workers were opening offices. Families were starting breakfast. And high above them, a single aircraft carried a weapon the world had never seen before. For decades, Hiroshima has been remembered as a symbol. But before it became a symbol, it was a city full of people.
I'm Lena, and this is Hiroshima just before the catastrophe. People are going to work, children are on their way to school. For everyone around me, this is just another morning.
Hiroshima was not an abstract target on a military map. It was a city of rivers, bridges, wooden homes, schools, hospitals, shops, temples, offices, and morning routines. By August 1945, Japan was exhausted. Cities had already burned under conventional bombing. Food was scarce. Fear was normal. But Hiroshima had not yet experienced the kind of destruction that had swallowed Tokyo and other cities. That morning, many people believed the danger had passed. A warning had sounded earlier. Then it ended. Life continued. And that is what makes the next minutes so difficult to understand. The city did not freeze before the disaster. It kept moving.
I'm on a market street in Hiroshima. Everything around me is still moving. People are buying food, children are walking past. Nothing feels like a final moment, but it is.
Above the Pacific, the mission had already begun hours earlier. The B-29 bomber Enola Gay had taken off from Tinian carrying Little Boy, a uranium bomb unlike anything used in war before. To the crew, Hiroshima was a target. To the people below, the aircraft was only a distant shape in the sky. This is the terrible distance at the center of the story. One group sees coordinates, altitude, timing. The other sees sunlight, rooftops, breakfast, school uniforms, and the beginning of a day.
I'm now more than 5 kilometers from Hiroshima. From here, the city looks peaceful. You can still see the rivers, the bridges, the streets. But in a few moments, that entire view will change forever. And that's what makes this moment so hard to watch. Because down there, nobody knows what is coming.
At approximately 8:15 a.m., the bomb detonated above Hiroshima. Not on the ground, in the air, high enough for the blast to spread outward with devastating force. First came the light, a white flash, brighter than anything human eyes were meant to see. Then heat, then pressure. Then silence breaking into a city-wide scream.
Oh my God, what was that? The whole city is gone!
In the center of the city, buildings were crushed. Roofs vanished, walls folded. Windows became knives. People closest to the hypocenter disappeared into heat and force before they could understand what had happened. Farther away, survivors staggered through dust and fire. Some had no idea they were injured. Some searched for children. Some called names into streets that no longer looked like streets. The bomb did not only destroy buildings, it destroyed orientation. North, south, home, school, hospital. Suddenly, none of it made sense.
I just watched an entire city disappear. And I keep thinking about the children, the people at breakfast, the patients in hospitals. Most of them had no power over this war. They were just there when the sky turned white.
The most important stories of Hiroshima are not found in numbers alone. They're found in survivors' memories. People remembered the light, the strange silence after the blast, the riverbanks crowded with the wounded, the desperate search for water. The confusion of injuries no one understood yet. Later, the world would learn a new word through Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hibakusha, survivors of the atomic bombings. But on that morning, they were not symbols. They were people trying to stay alive.
I can't go closer. The smoke is moving this way, and people are coming out of the city covered in dust. Some are silent, some are crying. Some are just walking, like their bodies are moving before their minds can catch up.
Hiroshima was chosen because it mattered militarily, because it was relatively undamaged, and because the effects of the new weapon could be observed with terrible clarity. That sentence is historically important. It is also almost unbearable, because behind the language of targets and strategy was a city where people had names, families, habits, fears, and plans for tomorrow. The question is not only what happened, it is how a human place becomes a target.
One of the cruelest things is this. Even the people who survived had almost nowhere to go. Many doctors and nurses were dead or injured too, and the hospitals were overwhelmed almost immediately.
Hiroshima did not end when the fires burned out. Radiation sickness appeared in ways doctors did not fully understand. Burns healed into scars. Families searched for the missing. Survivors carried memories that many people did not want to hear, and the world entered a new age. After Hiroshima, humanity knew it could destroy a city in a single flash. The question became whether it could live with that knowledge. At 8:15 a.m., Hiroshima became a warning written in light, fire, silence, and memory. But before it was history, before it was politics, before it became a symbol, it was a morning. And that may be the most haunting truth of all. Catastrophe does not always announce itself. Sometimes it arrives in the middle of an ordinary day.
This is Hiroshima today, rebuilt, alive. But this place still asks us to remember one thing. Beneath every moment of history, there were human lives. If this story stayed with you, subscribe and join me for the next journey through history. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.